It's officially 3:33 p.m. and we are off the clock. Welcome back to the Girls That Get It, where we navigate entrepreneurship through the quadruped theory. I'm Shakila, aka Kai.
I'm DJ Junius.
And I'm Ashby Hunt, but the girls call me Ash.
That's right.
Meow.
And we are back in your faces on your TV screen, on your phones, and talking in your ear for episode 27.
27.
Meow.
What's your contribution for this episode?
I'm like Doja Cat.
And they got mad because people are calling themselves the cats or something. Kittens. Yeah, like
She's pissed.
no, she's hot.
Hates her fans.
She is crazy.
No, she's
She is
psycho.
a nut.
You came as a kitty cat.
Literally.
And they in the
Yeah or
comments
nay?
like, we just want to know what we need to be. You know what I mean?
Give us the assignment, please.
Man.
Do you like her or not?
Okay.
I
Oh
hear
my
she's really
gosh.
talented though. I don't know much about
Me
her.
either. My little sister like
I know
her.
more negative things than positive things
Really?
about her.
Really?
Yeah, remember when she
Oh yeah.
went on those, racial rants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she didn't identify herself as a black woman back in the day.
No, I
So
don't
it was like a
remember.
lot of like racial
You know,
stuff.
all of them kind of look merged together to me, and not being funny, but like the Doja Cat, the Bia, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
Bia?
different-
I
don't know.
like her
love Bia,
a lot.
Bia.
I like her a lot.
I have
just
been
don't-
supporting
Ray,
Bia
I
since she was
understand
on,
who she is.
what's it called? Women's of Hip Hop, Girls of Hip Hop, something like that.
Yeah.
I love Bia. Love her.
I don't not love her. I just don't know her music.
Kinda checked out.
Yeah.
I
This
don't-
new group.
Yeah, I don't know their songs.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hear their songs.
That's the thing.
But you don't know.
I don't know
Yeah.
who
And you probably
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about PNB Rock. I'm like, I love his music, but I didn't know he was the person.
He was the person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I
did the
agree.
music.
Yeah.
Once
Is
they
that just
start getting-
age? Like,
yes.
maybe
Yeah.
just old?
Yes, that just happened.
I'm not old.
not in like spirit.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you
certain
mean.
I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm old, so
When
I'm
things
pretty
get
old.
away from you, but also too, it's a lot of them that
up
come
with
in. It's a lot of them that come in together.
Yeah.
So it all kind of just blends in
Yeah.
with
The
one another.
class,
So
yeah.
it's true. Before we get into our topic, which is the entrepreneur being the superhuman, right? Question mark.
Yes.
Let's talk
myth.
about
Big ass question.
myth
big
of
ass
it all.
question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's talk about our win for the week.
We got a group win this week.
We got a group win this week. Talk about the group win.
Go for
The
it.
Shayla.
DJ Junius. Kai calls me
Shy
Shayla.
calls
Right.
me Shayla.
And you are not allowed to.
And I call her Key.
Right.
She got the key to my heart.
Oh,
that was so sweet.
She just that's because she wants me to do something.
I really need her.
Do you?
I really need her help.
Offline, we just gotta go to my rant about.
I really need her
Put it
help.
on thick.
For the
Can't wait to hear
good.
what it is. I can't wait to hear this.
It's for the greater good. I forgot what we were talking about.
What's our group win?
Oh, just like literally getting here and getting into the mode, getting into our podcast mode. I won't say it was like a lot of effort or like an extreme task.
Yeah.
But like we are not some of the most social people, or like, talking about personal things or experiences. I don't
Yes.
think we were
Not that open.
not that open
Yeah.
and not that comfortable sharing our experiences initially.
Yeah.
But now we just be chatty Cathy's.
Yeah.
I like
We're
that
very
for
much
us.
of that generation,
We're
too.
flourishing.
Oh,
Yeah,
But
we are
of that
flourishing.
generation.
Where
Yeah.
their level of privacy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like we still like celebrities.
Yeah.
Like we understand Beyonce now.
We understand
Right.
boundaries. We understand
Right.
boundaries.
Boundaries.
Yeah.
That's
But
the
also
word,
too,
yeah.
just the seeing the elevation of it all flourishing, and just it being so much easier now to like, oh, this is
Link
the
up.
topic. Yeah, we're linking up, we're flowing, and also too, you had was reviewing some content, and you were like, who are these girls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I had a moment because again we are practicing the quadruped theory, and
Yes.
obviously the most evident, which you
It's
can
the physical.
see, is the physical,
Yeah.
the physical level up that we have had over the past couple months. And it's evident. We look a lot at our pictures. We're doing things and editing stuff for our social medias. And I had a moment where I reached out to the girls and I'm like, damn, girls, like, I don't even really like recognize. I mean, I'm editing these pictures, but it's not like we need a whole bunch of polish.
Because we're doing the things.
But we are doing the things, and it's really showing up like that.
Yeah.
So that's been...
You know, and it takes for me to see us because I don't spend a lot of time in the mirror.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of in and out of the mirror. But so it takes for me to see it to like, oh, we look different. Like, so my brain almost has to catch up to what is going on.
Yeah.
I feel that same way that brain catch up when I started putting on weight and was taking pictures.
The opposite way.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know if I didn't like the picture or I just didn't recognize myself.
Oh, 1000%.
You get what I'm saying? I'm like,
now that you're saying that makes a whole lot of
Yeah,
sense.
it's
That's
like-
why
I avoided pictures.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty picture and all, but I don't really recognize myself.
I literally would be like, if somebody took a picture, like, it's not you, it's me. But still not recognizing in my mind, like, girl,
Maybe you
because
just don't
you're
recognize
doing
yourself.
Yeah, like, you need to pull it together.
And that's the thing when who you are on the inside and what is on the exterior don't align. You
Yeah.
always feel that conflict.
Yes.
Like I wasn't into taking pictures prior to though. Like when I felt good about myself, probably the last time prior to now was like 2011. I was, at my peak before, and I was all over social media. I was all over. Like I was always taking the pictures.
But I mean, if we're being fully transparent and honest, let me just say this though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. For
No,
real.
you
To Ash.
to Ash.
Me?
Thank you.
Yeah. You put the battery.
Oh my God, you can never have an emotional
Yeah.
moment like,
Like,
this with these girls. Like
We don't
you.
like it.
I'm
Because
sorry.
you have triggered this in the
triggered
both of
it.
us.
Absolutely.
Yes, for sure. And I was late to the party, but you have triggered this in the both of us, and
that's
it
so kind
literally
to
has
say.
been life changing.
Yeah, I mean, almost though, like, when you share real energy with people.
And who would have thought
you
me?
share- Yeah.
That's how I'm saying God be being funny.
Yeah.
A comedian.
But yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but thank you
Yeah.
for saying that. I
No,
appreciate you saying
seriously.
that.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
And it's crazy
We
how
like
that has become a
results.
lifestyle.
And we
Yes.
we like to see.
Yeah, we do.
And it's just like girls watching your client. Oh,
Yeah.
you've been going to her for that long? You still going? It's
Yeah.
almost like that.
Yep.
She's still going over there.
Yeah.
She's
Yep.
racing out of work to run over
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
She's doing all these things. So
Yeah.
I figured,
So thanks.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right.
we popping.
We popping. So all right, so our side eye is a group one too, you guys.
It's big for me.
What is it?
We ain't been nowhere.
We had no vacation.
Ain't
It's
no-
been
It's
8
been
months.
go.
Yeah.
Basically.
Of
And-
go time.
Yeah, of go time, yeah. That's how what happens when you're building a new business, right? New baby.
Yes.
You like focus on that. But our
Yeah.
brains have been like crashing a little bit.
Especially when you're used to traveling.
Yes.
She got the itch so bad. She's looking up hamsters yesterday. She just needs some excitement.
You need a hamster.
They
You
better
got to get a ferret.
You better keep them rodents out of here.
Because she's used to, traveling.
Right.
Looking forward to traveling, a
seeing
couple
it.
times
And it
a
just
year.
hasn't been happening.
Right.
Yeah.
She
So
has got
I
the
mean, first
itch.
of all, like to compound to that side eye is how fast time is flying.
yeah.
It is.
So it's
flying.
like with the way the new world is, you got to be a planner, and sometimes that's not where we.
Sometimes
thrive.
that's
that's
not
a
where we
fact.
thrive.
Not when it comes to the vacation.
Yeah,
but
with the
Yeah.
new price, the higher prices and
The
everything. You're
higher-
right.
higher price and everything. We
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
We're
used to
still
like
dealing with
clicking
the
in
world's still dealing with. Yeah.
and just going on and finding something real quick. But you really
You got to plan in
you gotta
advance.
have big money for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I want to go to Arizona so bad. I mean,
feel you.
if we're talking about staying stateside, I want to go to Arizona so bad and go to one of their amazing spa resorts
Yeah.
and just
Sit outside.
enjoy. Yes, absolutely.
We
out
should
there.
plan that.
Yes.
I want to go.
Don't say less. I want to go, so say less.
Okay.
Say less, do more.
Say let's do more. That's the name of the episode.
It's a t-shirt.
That is. Say less, do more.
Say let's do more.
Yeah.
No, not somebody. It's a superhuman.
No, but that's a good title.
That is a
Say
good
less,
title.
do more.
Say let's do more.
Yeah. All right. The myth in entrepreneurship is the fact that we are
Superhuman.
superhuman. And guess what?
It's a myth.
It's a myth. The myth is a
Whole
myth.
ass myth.
It's a whole.
The myth is
yeah.
a myth. We are not superhuman. And it may be to the outside world, but sometimes we act as though we're superhuman,
Yeah.
right?
It's an act.
Yes.
It's an act. And I think for us, I know I always bring it back. It's like women of color.
Yes.
We already got that in us.
Yes.
So it's like
Yeah.
a triple fold. It's
Yes.
like,
A triple
and who
fold.
told us? This is such learned behavior.
man.
Yes.
It's like you feel like you can do everything and anything all at once and think that you're going to be healthy, happy, and it's not the truth, right? All right, you guys, you ready to get started?
Yes.
get
All right, it's
started.
officially 3:33 p.m. and we are off the clock. Cheers.
Cheers, mama.
boop, boop, boop.
I've been over here sipping.
Ooh, refreshing.
That was good.
That's hilarious.
So we are not superhuman, right? The myth is a myth.
Yes,
basically.
Entrepreneurs
but like Ashley
are
said,
humans.
exactly. But it's from the outside world and the in within ourselves too. We feel like we can do everything, or not even that we can, that we have to, right?
Yes.
That right.
And then we,
Crash out.
crash out and burn. You experience burnout. We had that topic too, a burnout, right? But let's talk about how you get to that burnout and what the mindset of it is. And again, it's because we think that we're superhuman.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Why is that superhuman? Is that nature or nurture?
Both.
I think it's both. I mean, like I was saying, woman of color, woman, I think you naturally feel like you have to.
Yeah.
And then also when you're building a business, you might not have the resources. So, you know, you might not have the resources to outsource or hire or have help. So, so I think it's nature and then the nurture.
The nurture of it all.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning into that.
Peace.
That was it.
That was that.
That was it.
Look. Give yourself grace, okay?
No, look. That's the episode.
That is the
It's a grace episode. Give yourself grace.
Get yourself grace.
Man.
Yeah. So let's address the impacts of these myths, though, because you said it's a nature or
Nurture.
Yeah. So tap more into that.
Well, so, sometimes, like, I'll give an example of myself. I was around some old friends, and I guess one of their last memories of me, I guess my personality seemed stern, or it seemed like a little guarded, a little standoffish. And I oftentimes, when people say you need to lighten up or you need to, relax your personality in a sense, I feel like they say that because they want something different than their experience, but they want it without
The working for it?
the work that is required to allow that. But I also often like wonder if they can understand, like, is that a nature or is that how I have to be?
Right.
Like, can I be just walking around like, a single woman out here just soft, like looking visibly vulnerable, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or do I give a persona and look people in the eye so that for nothing else but a security purpose, like, I'm going to let you know I see you.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So not everything is like a personality type or a quirk or something that you experience based off of what somebody actually wants to give or even how they're brought up, but circumstances environment around them may, you might get the appearance, but it just takes time to weed through that or whatever.
Like,
but
how much of this is like self-preservation?
It's mostly all self-preservation.
Yeah.
You just said everything I said.
Yeah.
I was going to say
two small words.
No, but explain that some more,
As you were saying it, though, I'm like, that's what I'm picking up.
I couldn't identify that term. But
But it's like what you were saying, like
was.
nature versus nurture. It's like, self-preservation. I'm doing this because I have to, not necessarily because I want to.
Not necessarily because I want to.
Yeah.
And that's like having that balance. You got to be able to have that balance.
You have to have the balance, but also recognize when you're getting to that point of unnecessary, and what is it called? Not unnecessary behaviors. So like you're doing all these things because you think that
this is what's necessary.
Right? So it's kind of, again, like we use the word self-checking all the time.
Right.
So you have to kind of understand when you're getting to that point, you're doing those things where it's like, okay, this makes totally no sense.
Right.
It's completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
I don't need to be doing it. It doesn't serve me well. It doesn't serve the business well.
Yeah.
So
sometimes you don't know that until you know.
You have hit the burnout stage.
Yeah, sometimes. Well, not necessarily the burnout, but sometimes you literally don't know what you don't know.
Yes.
So you think you're going about it and from the knowledge and the skill and the experience that you have, which may be very little, and you think you're going at everything or about everything in the right way or based on what you may want to present.
Yes.
But not knowing, or not having the experience of the background to really judge these things. So it's just like, you just don't know until you know. But just stay open-minded and recognize, like, I guess certain triggers that might be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then shift. Then
The biggest issue that I have with us feeling like we are superhuman is the mental health challenges that come along with it.
Man.
Yeah. I had a client the other day. She was just like asking me, have I ever experienced like anxiety attacks and what that felt like? Because she was explaining like what has been going on for the last few months for her. And she was like, it's a lot of like within her chest.
Yes.
That's where it's at.
And I'm like, yeah, that's anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And so she was like, she was thinking that it was, she was thinking that it was more so because she was pregnant, she was having her second child, and she was just kind of maybe more worried about how life was going to be like. But I'm like, no, that's like real anxiety that you probably have to tap into and figure out where it's coming from.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
because you're still experiencing it, and your baby is well
Experiencing
into this world.
it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so, yeah.
I mean, listening to yourself, basically, like listening to your body and not just dismissing the feeling. You know, like you got that thing in you sometimes that expects struggle. Or expects like
yes, like this is normal.
Yes.
I'm supposed to experience
it's normalized.
this. Yeah, I'm supposed to feel these things.
Yeah.
There's some things that you can avoid, you know, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that people say that we're supposed to experience.
You know, you're not.
It's not
It's
true.
dysfunctional.
It's
Yeah.
dysfunctional.
Trauma,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's hurtful.
That's
Yeah.
where representation comes into play. Like if you've never seen anyone not struggle from certain things, it's like
Yeah.
you don't even know
can't
that.
Yeah,
That's,
there's gonna be challenges.
Challenges for sure.
Sure,
but
but
like I don't know.
But
it's
huge
just,
sacrifices where you sacrifice you, your mind, your mental health, your physical health. Those are not your
Those
spiritual
aren't
health.
acceptable.
Those are not acceptable. You know, all for financial gain.
quest, yes.
All for financial
Yeah.
gain,
Yeah.
and it's not. It's no.
or
at the
just
end of-
gain period. Because
Just
it could
gain,
be in
period.
other aspects in your personal life as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Where
yeah.
you're just,
Yeah. And aside from that, it's just kind of learning how to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know, and embracing the vulnerability and accepting failure. Why are you laughing?
No, just learning how to
she
be
said what she
vulnerable.
just-
Oh,
the exhale. The exhale
yeah,
was loud.
learning how to be vulnerable and accepting that there are failures that come along with entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And not letting that
Take you out of the race.
Yes, take
Yeah.
you out of the race
Yeah.
because that can happen a lot. You know, we are our
It
biggest
would be
critic.
better just to expect those. Expect the failures and like really, really
Yeah.
celebrate the wins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's important.
yeah, no,
the
I'm
most
just saying.
important.
But your point was like, don't let the failures take you out.
Yeah.
And in contrast, I was like, almost expect
Yeah,
that.
anticipate
Yeah.
them.
And then
yeah.
anticipate them,
Yeah.
and then like
Celebrate the wins real big.
Yeah.
No matter how small or big, like you always
exactly,
say. Yeah.
exactly. Because
Yeah.
them failures, they come in.
Yeah.
But you
for
gotta
sure.
know what you need to know to do. So
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta experience that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to see how
How
many
many years we was gonna get? How many years we was
How
gonna
many years
get?
we was gonna
Yeah,
get?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, part of like us coming to, like entrepreneurs seem a bit invincible or like fearless, risk takers. I think that might be one of the things that prevents people that are like 9-to-5ers that want to start a business or you know,
Yeah.
that want to venture out. I think that thought that they have to be fearless could hinder
Yeah,
that.
because-
That's
Well, that's the
Progress.
pedestal that they put you on. Like,
yeah. Because it's not. I mean,
it's not realistic. If they had one conversation with
yeah,
you,
right.
Yeah,
about what you
but
had
it's
going
also
on.
like you said. But I also feel like it's something that we create in our own minds as well,
True.
though, too, because it's like you're looking from the outside in, so you're thinking like,
Right.
oh, I know this entrepreneur. She is this. She is
Yeah.
that. She's whatever, and that may not even necessarily be it because again, like we always say, a lot of this stuff is performative because you're learning on the fly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So don't get in your own mind and create these own things because
Yeah.
you're going to be your own
Worst-
enemy.
Yeah. Like
Worst
we're
one.
no less
Yeah.
scared doing it.
Man.
But you just doing it
You just,
scared.
yeah, you just do it.
Yes.
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 T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And it's girls again.
Thank you. See you again for episode 28.
Do it. Do it scared.
Killing
Do it
this.
sad. Do it. Bro, just do it.
bad.
Do
Just
it
do
sad.
it.
Do it.
Just
What you
do
say?
it.
Do it sad.
Do it sad.
Do it mad.
Do it mad. I said do it broke.
Broke.
Do it
And
bad.
do it.
Do it what?
I don't know. I said
Mad.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Hashtag.
That seems like that might be somebody's
It sounds like it's Nike's. All right.
Sound like it might be somebody's.
Right. So basically, what you basically are saying is humanizing entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Yes. Do not make it this big magical
Cinderella
story,
place.
mythical place. Yes.
Like I did 30.
Oh, yeah.
I made 30 this magical.
Didn't we all though?
Yeah.
But did y'all do like by 18, by 21, by 25,
Totally.
by 30?
Yeah, and I did
Women
it, and I had
who
to stop
work
doing it.
I stopped at like 25, I think.
Aside from all the things that we said, you know what's super important?
What's that?
It's building a community around you that helps you not feel like you have to do it all by yourself, right?
Very important.
Even if it's just somebody that you can talk to about the issues and the things that are rising in your business, right?
Definitely.
Even if it's somebody who doesn't necessarily know all the ins and outs of entrepreneurship, but a listening ear, right? Somebody who's willing to help you be hands-on and help you with tasks and things of that, right? Yeah. Have you guys taken time to build communities around your business when you first started?
Definitely. I mean, you got to cover all bases. Like, get you a mentor.
Yeah.
Get you some peer support.
Yeah. You kind of jump into it. Sometimes it happens by design, and sometimes like you are reaching out for this type of.
Like for instance, in the beginning when I first started with my hair company, my models were my closest friends.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
1,000.
Yeah.
All my models to last
Always.
friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
closest friends. What else? My partner helps me do store. Do the store, and you see that meme where it says, when your girlfriend becomes an entrepreneur, you're her first unpaid employee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
It be like that for real.
Yeah.
Because what you gonna do?
Right.
You're a worker. Oh, and I remember your aunt helping you with your business when you became a solopreneur, right?
Absolutely. So she was the person I communicated with the most about even transitioning to become a solo entrepreneur. So, she would do a lot of the clerical and administrative work for me, helping me establish my business, set up my LLCs and all of that stuff. She, found my lawyer for me. You know what I mean? Like she did all of that and then transitioned into, my virtual assistant, essentially. Initially, it was my grandmother.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it was my grams, and she took on the task of being like a virtual assistant. And in person, she would definitely show up to the shop a few times a week. And I don't know what ended up happening, but when we started working together full time, that's what it was. When Ashley and I started working together full time, my grandma was like, this ain't even fun no more. And so my auntie Joycelyn took over.
Yeah.
But initially she was the person, but my grandma was retired, so she could really handle it. But
Oh, the important thing about building your community is about people having people there who are going to nurture the growth in your business and you as an individual and allow you to be vulnerable and listen to the aches and pains of entrepreneurship.
Although they may not understand it or really experience
That's the part that you kind of run into. Well, that I've run into is like.
They don't get it because you're doing the thing that you want to do.
Yeah.
That you love so much. So they can't see that could be a struggle at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's tricky.
And because also too, there's comes a space where you have to nurture the physical and mental of you in that business. So of course, again, you want people around you who are going to be super supportive, right?
Yes.
How do you nurture the mental in entrepreneurship though?
You just got to do it. No, seriously.
I mean, I don't know. I think that now it's easy to talk about self-care and all that once you've arrived to that, like you've arrived to that moment where you're able to kind of pour into yourself. And because in the beginning, it's like, it's just not, it's hard. It's like, I can't imagine telling a new entrepreneur, do this, but they don't have the experience yet to trust that. And it's sometimes hard. It's like you gotta almost go through it.
Yes.
I mean, unless you had like your mentor is telling you, and then in that case, you kind of lean on it, but you still kind of got to go through it.
Yeah.
So
And I guess that can be the frustrating part in mentoring. Like, the cues and you're telling the person every single thing.
Yeah.
And then it's just like,
it's like, you see me doing it, why don't you trust it? But
But I think the biggest picture of it all is knowing who you are, right? Knowing your ticks outside of entrepreneurship, knowing your personality, knowing that what you don't like and what you like. And I guess maybe like modifying that for what entrepreneurship is for you,
Yeah.
like what an entrepreneur in your mindset,
Right.
and who you are looks like,
Yes.
right? So applying those things. So for instance, if you are somebody who is a big eater,
Yes.
and you know that you might be irritated all day if you don't get that opportunity to eat, well, I know that I'm gonna be working for these X amount of hours, so I'm gonna pack me a lunch.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm
You
gonna
know?
schedule 30 minutes.
Or I'm gonna schedule a break.
Yeah, I'm gonna always schedule the break.
Yeah, so for me, it's like I'm not a breaker. Like I want to just get through,
Get
my,
through
day.
my day.
Yeah, and I would rather sacrifice. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a breakfast person. I'd rather just grab coffee and maybe
power through.
what is it?
Danish.
No, the little
Bites.
the bars.
Granola
Protein bars.
Granola bar,
Okay,
or pretzel
yeah.
bar, or whatever, just energy, whatever,
Yeah.
something, whatever. But again, knowing who you are.
Yeah.
So, and I know that if I take an hour lunch and I eat something great, I'm ready to go home.
Yeah.
That part. That part.
With the quick
Yeah.
Yeah.
But something great needs to be something great. Not
Yeah.
And
like,
nutritious.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just
that's
don't
not
want-
always how it is. if
Yeah.
you don't pack
When
it
you're on
or
the go, if
plan
you don't
it.
Yeah.
pre-plan.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but my neighbor, like, he literally has an hour every single day that he works
Oh,
where
yeah.
it's cut in his schedule. Like, that hour is cut out. And I'd be like, B, I do not know how you do it.
I love
because
people like
He
that.
goes
love
home.
it.
He lives, obviously by the shop, but he goes home.
Yeah.
If
I love
go
that for him.
home,
I'm not coming back.
I love that for
No,
him.
I take it back.
The
I
day's
do come
over.
back up. But it's just that's
at
very
least I want the day
interesting.
to be over.
Every time in the past when I used to try to schedule lunch breaks,
Uh-huh.
something would happen. Somebody would roll over into it.
Oh, yeah.
And I just would not get it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, now I'm here an extra hour because
That's
Yeah.
the part. It's like
Yeah.
you struggle with
Hour.
that part. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm ready to get out of here. I
I'm
don't
Yeah.
ready
want
to go.
Yeah.
But once you start like nurturing those other parts of your life, like you're going to the gym,
Yeah.
you're eating well, you're taking
Yeah.
care of yourself, you're getting good sleep.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily mind. Like now, I don't mind being at the shop during
Yeah.
the time that I'm there. Like I'm not always
Ready to go.
so ready
Ready
to
to
walk out
go.
the door because it's
Say
like
that
I've
part.
already taken care of the other things in my life.
Yeah.
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 So
That makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
You know what else is a big part? Is redefining success.
Oh,
What
that's
does success,
huge.
success
Yeah.
look like for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
Because
just takes living
and your well-being.
and growing through it.
Yeah, what does your well-being and what does success look like to you? Because it may look different from the three of us on this couch.
Absolutely.
It may look different.
And our own personal successes might look different from 3 years ago, and it might look
Yeah.
different 3 years
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's always that transitional piece that you should give yourself grace in. It's like the things that are important to you today
Yes.
may not be important to you tomorrow, and the things that you're striving for today you might accomplish, and it just changes because
Yeah.
if you're setting goals for yourself and you're hitting them, you got to set another goal and
Yeah.
hit a new goal. So just give yourself grace to
Yeah.
transition through this entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be a superhuman in the process.
Yeah.
You can feel the feels.
And sometimes,
Right.
like taking a beat, you don't necessarily have to do what you've seen everyone else in your industry
True.
Right.
naturally progress to.
Yeah.
Like, take a beat and see if that's something that genuinely aligns with who you are and what you feel is success.
Right.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
when you identify what success looks like to you, the
Yeah.
It
sacrifice
might not be.
Exactly.
The
It might not be.
sacrifice has to match the success.
Absolutely.
So your sacrifices are going to be okay. You're going to be okay with
Yep.
sacrifices because you know what the overall success of it is.
For sure.
Right.
Absolutely.
So don't continue to take sacrifice or make sacrifices and you haven't even identified
Yeah.
what they're for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
for sure.
So identifying. So I don't always want to talk about the negative, right? Which is sacrificing, right?
Yes.
Setting goals is the positive side of it, right? Entrepreneurship is not just about
The struggle.
sacrificing.
Right.
Struggle,
For sure.
yes,
No,
yes.
but we say that because we want people to be realistic because people have this Instagram version view of entrepreneurship.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So when we giving you this real, like, are we sad and humped over every day crying from the stress?
No.
Yeah, not
Some
at all.
days
But-
it's like, ooh, I'm glad I did this. I
Yeah.
am free, baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not all that, but we really are trying to give you a bird's eye realistic
Yeah.
view of some challenges you may face.
Yeah.
And,
And even on my worst day, I still wouldn't trade it.
Yeah.
say that
Even
again.
even in my worst day as an entrepreneur,
In my worst day, on my
I
worst moment.
wouldn't trade it for anything else.
Yeah, because you have
No way.
done the work. You have realized,
Yeah.
you have been successful,
Yeah.
but at the same time, again, your sacrifices matches
Yeah,
success.
and it's like I have no one else to blame.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, and I can live with that.
Yeah.
Whatever that
Yeah, having to
is.
deal with it being someone else's responsibility or someone else holding me back or even the perception of someone else being in your way. It's like, I know that it's up to me. Wherever I go or don't go, it's on me.
Whatever you do or don't do.
And that's freeing.
Yes.
That is.
The achievements in itself, it's just like, we say success, but the achievements in it all too is like just remembering like where you started at and where you are now and the journey of it all.
One reason.
Yes. By consistently doing
just
that one thing over and over and over.
That is it. That's the difference from where you started and she getting real spicy. I'm done.
She was about to hold that too. Should we harmonize? Should we jump in? You should.
Never jumping in on that.
We already identify. I'm soprano. You said you were tenor. You're alto, tenor. Right?
No, I'm actually a soprano.
Okay, well you
need to be alto then.
Why?
Because she
we can both be soprano. Oh, in order to harmonize, you gotta be.
You gotta have one, and one.
You take a high. No, she could take the high note, take the low note, soprano.
I don't know what that means.
And then I'm about to come through on the tenor.
Use a tenor, baby. I don't know. Can you get up to an alto?
I used to be an alto.
Give me
You're
something.
Definitely an alto. How the hell are you a tenor?
She a tenor.
I just think of
what's
your
baritone
singing voice. When your singing voice is not. What's your singing voice? Let me see.
You trying to be funny right now, bitch.
Give us a key.
Me. Tenor.
Let's give it tenor bass. A motherfucking baritone.
I doubt it.
Listen, I used to be an alto when I was 13 and no illegal substances were in my body.
Man. I bet you if you get to singing your favorite song.
Somebody help me.
You probably a soprano.
No. Man, when they made me do that solo at church, y'all.
I want to hear it.
I have one. I got it on tape, and I
want
have
to
the
see
tape.
it.
Who got a tape player? I gotta find a tape player from like
Oh,
a Goodwill.
man.
I just need to order one.
Y'all, it's bad. I cried. I was in the communion office crying. Like,
You can't sing?
hell no, friend.
Well, I don't know why they would do that to kids.
They tried.
My mom's talking about, I thought you could sing. Mom,
No.
I was
I tried to show out
Why
too.
was
I
I-
tried to hit a high note. This is real bad.
why was I forcing the choir? Talking about you could hold a note. Ma'am.
No,
Yeah.
I was too. I wanted to be in the usher board so bad. They was like,
Oh, I hated that. I was forced to be an usher.
no, I wanted to do that because I knew I couldn't do a solo, and every choir member have to do a solo.
And I don't know why they would do that. Okay,
It's torment.
anyways,
They
I'm
like to
done.
laugh at my pain. I barely get laughed at my whole life.
It gave you thick skin.
Yes, it definitely did. I was looking out the audience, y'all. It was my mom. She was the only person standing up. Everybody
You lied.
Oh, that's so sweet.
She was back and forth. I was like, you really tried it.
You tried it, sis.
She did. My stepdad was trying to hype the clap.
Oh, man.
It was a
That's the
mess.
worst. All right, embracing imperfection. That leads me to the next topic.
Yes,
Embracing imperfections and self-comparison.
Yes.
Just get it out of your mind. That's the
Yeah.
one thing that I can say about that. Like, get it out of your mind. Stop it before it even begins, because it will have you in a dark place, child.
Before you even start.
And
Yeah.
a lot of we are in a capping ass society right
Yeah.
now. So it would have you comparing yourself to things that are not realistic, and it's just
or what you currently see without a realistic time
Yes.
view. Like
Yeah.
you might be following your favorite person in your industry on social media,
And it's curated content.
It's curated content,
Yeah.
But they're in their year 15.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
You're
it's
in year
so
one. Yeah.
You're in month one. You get what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So you're comparing their successes at year 15
Yeah.
to your prematurely starting, and that'll set you up for, heartbreak every single
single
time.
Yeah, so just remove yourself. I would say one step is not step, but one advice that I would give is just removing self-doubt.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it's easier said than done. I
Sure.
think.
It sounds real good.
Guys,
right?
like, just remove it.
I believe. I
think she
wait,
really
wait,
believes
wait.
that.
I really believe
Yeah.
she could do that.
She probably
And
can.
She said, "I'm not gonna doubt myself.
I'm not gonna doubt
I'm not
myself.
gonna
And
doubt
mean it.
myself.
I
I'm
think
not
that
playing.
she wouldn't even doubt
Yeah,
herself.
and mean it. The
I
first
love
time she
that about
said,
you.
"No, that's great."
I say that, and I'm being funny, but I really admire that about you.
Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate
like
it.
when you be like, "I'm feeling really pretty."
She means it.
That was my caption.
I'd be like, "That is it's not a
It'd
bold
be real
statement,
on the
it's accurate."
inside.
But that's why I'd be
Yeah.
okay with it, because I know
Yeah.
she's not capping.
Yeah.
She means that shit.
Yeah.
And What a wonderful feeling.
Thank you.
I love that.
But this is normal. I don't know why that's normal for me.
I feel like it's normal for me.
I feel like I could be president of the United States tomorrow.
Yeah. I feel,
You ain't tripping, bitch.
Yeah. You just went for it.
I will Google how to be the president tomorrow.
We literally can do whatever you want to do.
do.
It's just about what you're willing to sacrifice to get there and what you're willing to give up. So
Can I be honest though?
Go ahead.
I did Google last week.
Kai, don't say nothing crazy.
No, it's not nothing crazy.
What?
I did Google last week what it would take for me to be a lawyer. Like if I had to go back to school, like what would I need to do to be a lawyer?
That is so funny that okay, listen, this is woo-woo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last week, I had somebody close to me reached out asking for an attorney.
Okay.
Right? The attorney that I have to refer them to, she is a former Black woman in Atlanta.
Yes.
Former hairstylist. She did hair for like 20 years and started a new career in law.
See what I'm saying? Marry the two.
Beauty and law.
Yeah.
I believe it. If anybody gonna find a way.
Yep.
Because I started the paperwork for my nonprofit. So I was like, what if I could just do all this shit myself? I already told you about my nonprofit.
I know.
Yeah.
But like starting your nonprofit, like
But that's
a law
easy. That
degree.
part's easy. The nonprofit part is really fucking easy.
Yeah.
No, I get it, but I'm just saying, like, you going through that process automatically
Made
put you
me
in
think.
a mindset of like,
Yeah.
I could do law.
Like I can argue
I'm a
well.
lawyer.
I can get a good straight face.
Yeah. You can
Hair,
go for
I
it.
mean, beauty professionals, we're like,
You
yeah,
know
we're
what? I
performative
think you've
anyways.
been logging in. Have you been logging into your Netflix and Suits come up? At the
Listen,
top?
Suits is
I
so
think-
popular right now.
He's
I
been
think
binge
that's
watching Suits.
Okay.
That might be where it was in
That
my
might
spirit.
be.
I know. I'm like,
So I watched the first like season, I think, and I kind of
she
got
saw
off
that
of
first-
it.
She saw
But
that
people are
first.
into it.
He's been binge watching it for
Okay.
like 2 weeks now.
That's
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna be an attorney.
Yeah, I'm gonna be an attorney.
Yeah.
How did I just know to put that together?
You did. You
You
smart.
did.
Yeah.
It's energy.
It's kismet.
Yes.
Spell it.
All right, we just went on a tangent.
I know how to spell kismet.
I'm
K-I-S.
just-
Right.
K-I-S-M-I-T?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're smart.
Y'all lying.
No, that's it.
how you
K-I-S-M-I-T, right?
Yeah.
Or is it K-E-S-M-I-T?
No, it's
E-T. K-I-S-M-E-T.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kismet.
Did
All
you
right,
talk
so-
about, yeah.
Right.
I didn't hear what
She was supportive.
I was.
She was supportive.
I know my place.
That's the community that you need
That's
around
what
you.
you need. Let's go. Sign on for the bullshit.
Exactly.
We only have so much capacity mentally, I think, sometimes. So it's like if you're constantly comparing yourself and you're constantly living in fear, living in self-doubt, it's going to be very hard for you to be creative. It's going to be very hard for you to actually do the things that you need to grow. So
Yes.
it's like giving yourself some grace
Yeah.
can really help. Giving yourself that self-compassion can really help.
Yeah.
Your creativity. And
Yeah, it pretty much goes back to that saying, like, you really can't pour from an empty cup. So
Yes.
if you're depleting all
Definitely.
your energy and
Love on
fear
yourself.
and
Yeah.
worry and
Yeah.
stress, you can't like perform.
Yeah.
So you need to just like tap into yourself, block out the noise. It's easier said than done, but there are practices that you that are resources that you can use, and you need to tap into like what best suits you. For me now is working out.
1,000%.
Like I have been stressed.
That is definitely like an
It's
an
an outlet.
Outlet, yeah.
Outlet,
Yeah,
and
for
I
sure.
just
for
go
me
in
too.
there and just try to roll my life away. Y'all, I seen wattage on that roar this past week.
Who?
Wattage.
Wattage, you know how powerful
Yeah, over there.
it is?
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Oh,
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes,
The rower is no joke.
in the 350.
You can't be a
Wow.
What?
How?
Stress.
Imagine if you didn't have that rower. Imagine if you didn't have the rower, though.
Somebody been slapped already.
Man.
You told me.
Right.
Remember that one time you told me she went all the way up to 11 on the treadmill? How?
She did. Literally.
I'm in there.
Girl,
It's
it's like that video I sent y'all when the girl did the fake legs with her body.
Right. Right. That part.
Them coaches were standing around going, Deja, you're really turning up today.
Deja,
Like,
that takes me out.
Deja.
yeah, I haven't corrected nobody
Yeah.
in months, so I just let it ride.
Girl, I have. Shakila.
They go,
Say it with me. Shakila.
No, seriously. They be like, Deja, just go. And so now when a new coach or somebody that they're training, they hear them calling my name so much.
Yeah, they're like,
And then, so they just jump right on in with the Deja, and I just never have a moment to correct anybody. I just throw my hands
Let
up.
them have it.
Yeah. I come with guests and all, and they be like, why they calling you that? I'm like, I just never.
Just roll with it. Yeah.
Who are the guests?
Shut up. I hate your guts.
So we want to know what you guys think about this topic. Have you dealt with any of this? Have you struggled with giving yourself some compassion and feeling like you are a superhuman and everything has to get done, and then also feeling like a failure when you don't get all these things accomplished? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Let us know how you feel. We want to kind of keep this conversation going in the comments.
Yes, because
it's a hard one. It's a big one, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
I feel like all the topics are just big ones. It's like how much?
But this one, I feel like it really has to deal with self.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
how you feel about yourself and the things that goes on in your mind, and how you deal with failure and conflict. You know.
Yeah.
So,
and it's like you're really just also like taking it one day at a time too. It's like every day doesn't have to be that day. It's like just doing whatever you need.
Part, every day
do whatever have to be that day.
You need.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know.
Yeah.
Day by day.
And when there's a disappointment in the day, don't let that
ruin the whole day
or the week or the linger.
Yeah.
Just
that used to really like screw with my mind in the beginning.
Yeah.
It was like if somebody wasn't happy, or if I had to do a redo, or whatever the case may be, or if it was some type of conflict, like I would feel like I'm failing because everything's not perfect, everything's not great. But you know, you get 1 in 100 of those. Or
that's
one.
It's like you are human.
Yeah.
You are human.
But the numbers still be good. If you
Oh, exactly. The odds are definitely in your favor.
Yeah. And the longer you're in your business,
and
the longer that you're in your business, the further that you're going, the more you weed out the bad and get more of the good.
Yes.
It will still happen periodically or whatever. You'll still have an issue or conflict, but it'll get less and less and less and less because you're learning.
It won't get less, but it will be less detrimental to you. Or
it will get less because, say, for instance, if you're in the beginning and you were getting maybe 5 in maybe 6 months, but the longer, like I said, when you build up your clientele, your customer base, like you have a standard of people that come to you, so it won't be a conflict. It won't be a conflict.
It'll be just communication.
That part.
That's
what I mean by less and less and less. Yeah,
it makes sense what you're saying. Because at this point, like sometimes if there is an issue, I tell all the time. It's just funny because I think about it. Like if there's something like, say for instance, you know, you have these shed cycles within your hair. Yeah. And then so like if a person comes and they normally experience pretty good retention, right? Mm-hmm. On that third one, when their natural lashes are probably shed
it's their time.
And they're less, they're like, I don't know what happened. I didn't do anything. They're almost like taking the blame for what, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's because of the shedding, but just
just like the opposite side of that is the anagen stage where you have growth.
Yeah, but my point is, it's like
sorry,
I'm sorry. My point is
catagen, like intelligent,
or like
she give it a lash.
Yeah.
Analogy. I guess is that the same for hair? I'm sure that's the same for hair too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hair in your head.
Yeah,
my thing is, it's like, you know, initially it would be that callback, like, all my lashes falling out. I don't know what the problem
is. They had that, they had that trust. They
had the trust in the professional that now they take on the blame.
So even when you call back for something or you come back and it's not up to quality, you're apologizing to me for falling short.
Because you know that.
Because you know your retention on the other ones are like better.
Right?
So my point was less and less conflict. Sorry, I drew that out.
But you also know when you also know when you are doing something wrong.
Hell
like, I literally would be like, you know, when allergy season, it was like pollen was crazy. I'm like digging, trying to scratch that lash line. But anyways, we're off topic, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
But so continue the conversation in the comments, whether you guys are watching on YouTube. So write down a comment below after you have liked and subscribed, of course, and shared. Yes. But also, too, if you guys are catching us on Instagram, we want you guys to chit chat with us in the comments on Instagram, too.
Sure. Kiki with the girls.
Yes.
We know y'all are watching. Yeah. And we know we follow.
Yes.
But I've been doing better, too. I'm like, on the people that I follow on my podcast, I've been leaving reviews and commenting. Because I'm like, I'm trying to manifest that energy for us.
Yeah. Why am I looking over here? You guys are over here.
Right there. And also, share your wins and share your side eyes in the comments, too.
We want to chit chat. Like, don't do us like that. Don't leave us on red and scene.
Don't do it. That ain't right.
That's the equivalent.
That ain't.
Yeah, watching, but you ain't comedy.
Don't do that.
Right.
That ain't cute.
It's a small price to pay.
It's a small price, right?
Right.
Yes.
Production costs.
Hello.
Get that part out.
Don't we know?
This ain't free.
Bleepity bleep.
You said pussy ain't free.
It ain't, but
That's not where I was coming from.
right. But that part.
Yes. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you again for episode 28.
Cheers.
We love you guys.
Cheers. Love you guys. Hey, girl. Thanks for listening. But before you go, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you next time.